I used to believe in luck, and I used to believe in sources outside of myself, um, gods and moon and um, money and other things. I was putting the source and the resource for my life pretty much everywhere except myself, and I only caught on to it to the full extent just recently. Part of it was actually today. Um, Recently, something that I didn't really care for just about to happen was just about to happen, and I was about to react when I remembered, regardless about this, whether it happens or not, um, I'm still the source. Why should I go to? My first instinct was, oh God, help me. Oh my God, let's throw money at it. Let's fix it with money. Where's the money? How much? And how much money do we need? And so on. So my first instinct was God, to pray for the help outside of me. And then the second was money. And I looked at that and I was like, well, that's retarded. I'm the source, I'm the resource. And the only place I should go, it's me, not outside of myself. Every time I went outside of myself, I kept waiting, I kept being disappointed, I kept living like a victim. And it was part of the cause and effect reality, not retrocausal. Now I remember that every single want, it's something that wants to be born. All I am, it's a vessel, and my only activity is to make sure I put no blockages, so I keep the door open. So with whatever was happening, there was a need. I acknowledged the need that arose. By recognizing it, it's something, the solution for what was going on was something that wanted to be born. So all I had to do is not put blockages that, oh my God, how is that gonna happen? Oh God, help me. Oh, money, where? Money, God, money, anywhere but me. So I remembered, I am source. I am source. I am source. I've always been source. Not because I have two hands and 2 feet and I can go and work. No, that's not what I mean by source. That's primitive. That's what got us thrown out of Eden. Or so the story goes. But going back into the Garden of Eden, we have to remember that resources are us. It's what we are. And when we were little, before conditioning and programming got to us, and even now, if you look at groups of children that have no concept of lack and limitation and so on, they never go hungry one way or another. They go to each other's house, they share a stick if that's all they have to play with, and they know they are source, and only the adults around them start conditioning them and telling them what is not. But if they remained in the innocence of and the purity of what they were born into, they would know that they are source and they are resource, and they would make even better than all their adults put together could make with their powers. But slowly we forget our infinity and we become finite. Um, Hand in hand with going outside of me when shit hits the fan, we tend to go outside of us even when things go well. And we think, I was lucky, or I was conniving, or I was cutthroat, or I was just smarter than everyone, or it's my knowledge, or so we still go outside of us. Luck, faith, I prayed enough. So there is still a sense of deserving for that which we have, or luck. But that's again invalidating what we are. And this comes, I watched a couple of documentaries with pensioners living hand to mouth and taking food, free food that the state was organizing. and people born and bred in this country living on the streets and not being able to find a house to live and make ends meet. And it reminded me of Auckland. That's why I left. One of the reasons I left Auckland in New Zealand was because politics impoverished the country so badly that over 20,000 people, some fully employed, were living in their cars on the streets of Auckland with their entire family. So it was really distressing. So I ended up obviously thinking, wow, why am I so lucky? Why this happened and that happened to me? And my instinct was the same as when bad shit happened, was to go to God or money, not to myself. The same with the good stuff. I was gonna go to, oh my God, how. But then if I believe in luck, obviously what's gonna happen? It's gonna set in, because obviously luck can run out. So if I believe in primitive concepts like that, I will just dig myself into a hole. So I went again to retrocausality and to the remembrance of what I really am. And it was me. It was me that felt uncomfortable with the reality I was given. It was me that dug deep for another reality. It was me that learned to read energy, and I went to giving me the seat that I was born to have in my life, and that seat is that of Creator and God of my universe, and hence the saying, even God helps those who help themselves. And when we stop the blasphemy of us in favor of luck, God, faith, money, etc., so some source outside of us, and we remember we are source and resource for our life, that's when blasphemy really stops, and that's where disappointment stops, and that's where full understanding. Do I mean blame the victim? Absolutely yes. What's at fault? The whole system, the whole way of cause and effect. We look at reality, that's what's at fault. For as long as we believe in a linear timeline and past equals present, we will do nothing but create victims of our past. You've done that wrong, you've not that. For as long as we don't teach retrocausality as an option and a possibility, of course time is not existent. I know that. I know it's just a perception. However, a more appropriate perception would definitely be retrocausality, not linear time past to present. Absolutely not cause and effect or karma. No, these are archaic, they don't work, they create literally generations and generations of victims. And it goes against what we were taught by absolutely every single spiritual teaching, that we are gods. And for as long as we are blasphemous against our nature and our own seat in creation, we're gonna be at the effect of our own creation, because that which we say is that which it is. The universe will not come and slap us with reality. It's our job to figure out the truth, and the truth is we are not the victim of wrong placed faith or wrong applied luck or wrong amount of money. We are simply the victims of the wrong look at timeline and believing in cause and effect, and therefore believing we are victims of something that happened in the past, and not understanding that absolutely everything points to retrocausality.